Greetings and most humble salutation, guys. Welcome back to another Pocket video. Today, I wanted to talk about, kind of like, I low-key did needed to talk about this just purely because last night, the release of Wisdom of Sea and Sky, and in the middle of that, even prior to the actual cards dropping, we get this newsletter on the news, and regarding to this situation here. So right here we can see the actual newsletter here, but if we switch back, we have the actual thing here at 11 p.m. regarding the illustration, basically the immersive arts for both Ho EX and Lugia EX, that they identified basically the controversy here. So basically what happened was the immersive arts for the immersive art for Ho was basically basically before the I guess the cards dropped, and then they revealed all the cards. They revealed all the immersive arts. This is the actual art for the actual immersive art. But if we can see the comparison between this card and the 2021 fan art by @ElanJui, we can see that the artist for the pocket art seems to trace basically like almost an exact trace between this the fan art. So there's a lot of controversy behind, well, this is just used fan art. So the artist took this and used it for the game, because typically when it comes to these arts for these games, a lot of it can be contributed to, and I do like this about Pokemon when it comes to actual arts in games, because they actually give credit to the illustrator who in the top left and the bottom left, and just give credit to their efforts to putting it together. But the fact that the artist for the immersive art is compared to here, I mean, you can clearly see that like it's almost an exact outline of the two. Yeah, wings and shape, overall feather size is exactly identical. So in spite of this, I think it was it was like 24 hours later, they had to address it. Let me actually switch over to the actual in-game because it's smaller, but I remember seeing this last night and I was like, oh, because it was released at 11 p.m., which is 2 hours before the release of Wisdom Sea and Skies during reset time. So thank you for playing, trading Pokemon TCG Pocket. We identified inadequacies with the illustrations of Ho immersive art and Lugia. The reason why Lugia is in here, when a lot of people are saying, well, why Lugia is in here, because at the very end of Lugia's hold on, let me show it instead of saying it. All right here, there's shout out to again United Vids, and also shout out to Lutu as well, Luchud on Twitter as well. But this is basically more of a slowed down version. You can see like clearly it's back and forth. The reason why Lugia is in here, sorry about that, is Lugia at the very end has this art. That's the reason why this is in here. But yeah, if I switch back over, so which are included in upcoming packs. We will replace the illustration of these two as soon as preparations are made, which is 2 hours beforehand. Cards that already been obtained will also be subject to change, and additional will continue our investigation to ensure no other issues existed. We sincerely apologize for the inconsistency. So if we switch back to the other letter that they posted on Twitter, let's go here. Notice regarding the illustration arts, thank you for your support and passion. We want to share the information updating regarding the upcoming expansion, Wisdom Sea and Sky. It comes to our attention that the production issue regarding illustration of Ho featuring the immersive arts basically the above cards. After internal review, we discovered that the card production team provided incorrect reference material as official documents to the illustrator commissioned to create the cards. As a result, both cards have been placed in a temporary placeholder that the team is actively working to replace with new arts as soon as it's ready. We are also conducting a broader investigation to ensure no similar issue exists elsewhere in the game. To all of our players who've been looking forward to this expansion and our talented illustrators who bring Pokemon world into life, we deeply apologize for any inconvenience that's caused. We take this matter very seriously and committed to the strength of our quality control processes to prevent this from happening again. Thank you for understanding, patience, and continuing support of Pokemon TCG Pocket. We remain dedicated to delivering an experience that you can enjoy. So one thing I will definitely say about this game, other than other gacha games and other games in general, is their transparency. This is something I actually genuinely didn't believe would happen, because I mean, it's a Pokemon company, so it's like it makes so much money that like I honestly don't see like them doing like an apology letter and all that. But like if you were around for anything really that could be controversial, like, or stolen fan art, they're like, sometimes devs would just not care and they'll just take the fall. But the fact that this game is very transparent and very assuring that like, hey, we know we made a mistake, we're gonna put a placeholder, we've been waiting for, we want y'all to actually be excited for this, and we are going to investigate this. In the meantime, we're just gonna put this placeholder and we're gonna give you new arts, basically, which is cool. I mean, definitely kind of is a bummer that like, because these arts are really good, but yeah, I do like the fact that Pokemon actually is taking accountability here. Yeah, so that's kind of what's happening. Now in terms of placeholders, we get this. And what's funny about this is just new art coming soon. Now, like you get the card obviously, and basically, you get the new art, right? Yeah, here it is. You get the new art, and essentially it's a black screen, and then you're taken back. And right now, like, this is pretty much the gist of it. I mean, this is such a meme, but like, I mean, this had to happen. This had to happen regardless. One thing I will say, like a good comparison to this, is Dokkan's to be released. This is if you don't know, I'm also a Dragon Ball Z fan. I posted some videos about this game as well. Posted some of these videos of this game as well. And one of the notorious thing about this game is basically this game had two versions. It had the Japanese version and it had the global version. The Japanese version was 6 months ahead. The Japanese version introduced this card as well as Omega Shenron that came out at the same time. Dude, how long ago was this? Like 2017, 2018? I might be mixing my dates wrong, but essentially what happened was the JP version was introducing a specific category skills for these characters. However, when it came to the global version, I think it was like months before since it was 6 months ahead, and the JP version being 6 months ahead of the global version getting these cards more earlier than they should have, to kind of like counterbalance the fact that they were released early. They gave them the leader skill to be released, and it's so funny because it's such a meme, because it just doesn't make sense of why they decided to be like, let's just hold off the leader skill, the category leader skill, until it's like 6 months. I think it's like exactly 6 months. They were like back on schedule where they can actually give them the leader skill. I thought it was funny because people were talking about this is basically this is basically like to be released kind of meme tied to it. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this. I know, like, I wanted to make this because, I mean, it is big. It is a very big issue. And the fact that they addressed it here and they're working on getting a new thing here is pretty important. Anything else I want to cover? Yeah, I mean, as well, you want to use the arts, yeah, you're gonna have to see this, unfortunately. So let me know what you guys think. I think Pocket actually did, like, in my personal opinion, I think this is the best thing that they could have done. Address it, know that there's something wrong, and we're gonna try to fix it as much as we can. And I guess we will have to wait and see what's gonna be in the future. I'm just looking through. I did do my summons last night, or my pack openings last night. Still hunting for the Ho-Oh, so let me know what you guys think about this. Is there anything else that they actually posted about it? No, okay. It's just regarding to this. Well, let me know what you guys. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think. Hopefully this doesn't happen in the future, but I mean, anything can happen. They're looking through this issue, and I think this is a very big deal, and I like the fact that they're being transparent. All right, let me know what you guys think. This is just a little quick side note here. This is actually the artist. Shout out to Langju, who made this art years ago. Shout out to him. And the fact that he actually posted about this, being, you know, him showing his art and comparing to the other art, and regarding to it, I think he, like, did a translation due to their use images the translators use, basically this. Yeah, like his commission and all that, and basically what he feels. Hopefully this guy actually becomes an artist and acknowledged by the company, like Mr. Godsley says right here. Hire him because he's a very good artist. I just wanted to show that the actual like artist here made this point where they made this art specifically, and they're comparing it here, and they put a question mark and all that. So I just wanted to showcase that before anything. But yeah, this is pretty big before the set drops. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you on the next one.